Hello, 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 hello. How are you? Excuse me. Oh dear, that's not a good start, is it? How is everybody? How's everybody doing this evening? Hi Tracy, hi Wayne, hi Sarah, hi Brendan. I'm not sure if B was there. I doubt it. How are you? How is everybody? I'll just wait for to see does any more people join us. Sorry about Sunday, folks. I've got a cold. Hi MG. How are you? The FGTA crew, or I'll call you crew if that's okay. Awesome Wood Things. How are you? How's things? It's good to have a few people on. Wow. Cool. Mr. Senior, Temple Boom. How are you? Excuse me. I will be coughing in your ear this evening, I'm afraid, folks. I'm very sorry about that. I have still got the cold, Wayne, yeah. Mr. Yuval, hey man, just came to say hi. Had a long day, house is flooded, need my beauty sleep. No problem, Yuval. That's cool. I know the wife's back as well, and that's more important too. You don't want to be upsetting her. Why is your house flooded? Dude, you got to remember to turn the taps off. How is everybody anyway? Excuse me. I have a bit of a chesty cough, and still a little bit snotty. I have been to work though, so you know, stuff happens. You get colds this time of year. It's all okay. It's all good. So, everybody's seen my 20,000 subscriber giveaway, I hope. Well, it looks like it because it's had a huge response. I've been struggling to keep up with all the comments on it. I think I've kind of responded to most people, and the subs are still going up as well at the moment, which is cool. Some awesome prizes, thanks to everybody that did that. What do you think of the whole green screen thing? I think I've mastered the lighting now, so it takes a while to get the. It's good to get the lighting sorted because it was a bit tricky. It's very tricky getting the lights, doing the whole cross lighting so that you're not getting shadows, because shadows really mess up green screen. Good man, Brendan. Yeah, I saw that. Yuval did as well. In fact, most people have. It's fantastic. It's good. It's good of you to do that, folks. Thank you very much. Cool. It says 17 watching. I'm going to give myself a thumbs up because I can. So, what's everybody making? I'm going to try and carry on with this Poseidon. Hi, Maggie. How are you? Okay, I just missed why Yuval has a flood. We had a storm, power out, and a pump that was supposed to be pumping didn't. Your sump pump failed. Sump pump failed. Yeah, refresh, Tracy. Refresh, refresh, refresh. Grit. Grit? Yeah, we know you make grit, Glenn. You make grit. You're cool at making grit. It's lovely stuff, too. Well, Mr. Make a Break, how are you? Yeah, so do I. Colds suck. But, you know, there's people out there with a lot worse. Do you know? So when you put things into perspective, it's only a cold at the end of the day. Let me just turn these notifications off because they're very off-putting. Just getting round to a Valentine's project. That's good, MG. What are you going making? Going to try my little heart box. Oh, you may. Oh, okay. Yeah. Good man. You're always making great, Glenn. Fair play to you. Busy, busy. Yes. Okay. So 20,000 sub giveaway is on and running, and that's going to be running for around about 2 weeks. And the Saturday, I think it's Saturday. Let me just check here. Saturday the 17th. Yeah, I will be doing a live here at around about this time and doing all the giveaways, which is fantastic. It's going to be very exciting. There's some really cool prizes. Okie dokie. Right. We're going to make something. We're going to carry on with, if you remember this, I have this over here. Yeah. Tracy, did you get your picture back? Did you sort your picture? Did you refresh? So we were making this, if you remember. This is the, I haven't done anything with it since because I got sick, and I was also, I've started my, okay. Yeah, making this. We did this last time, if you remember. We gave it kind of the metal goldy kind of bronzy look, which is cool. And we did the arrow ahead. So we did this. Excuse me. So we're going to do another one of these this evening, or we're going to try, if hopefully I'm going to try and do it a bit quicker, and we'll try and do the other two. Now, the other two are different because we've got to cut the arrow in half. Let me see if I can screen share the picture. Should have prepared this, but I'll find it. It's easy found. Excuse me. Come with me, and you'll see there's a world of pure magic. There we go. I'll open this and then I will share it with you folks. Okie dokie. Now, screen share. Screen share. And voila. That should be sharing now. So, yeah, so if you can see, I hope that's sharing. Let me just see on my phone if that is screen sharing. It's all very professional, this, isn't it? No, you're still seeing me. No screen share. Why is that not screen sharing? Why are you not screen sharing? Oh, that's because I didn't click share. Lollers. Now I'm going to go over here. Thank you, Tracy. I hope to be feeling better as well. Yeah, I will. Like I said, putting it into perspective, a cold's a cold. It's there's a lot worse out there happening to people. So as you can see, the two out. We've made the center fork, and now we're making the two outer ones. Okay, and in my mind, they're kind of offset spindles. Now they're in the actual trident or the actual thing that you hold. I'd say they are probably flat forks, but I'm going to make, because I'm a wood turner, I'm going to make them spindles, and I'm also going to try and attempt to do one this evening off-centered and try and get that curve shape, if you can see the curve shape in them. They're kind of an elongated S shape as it goes towards the arrow then. And I'll turn another arrowhead on the end, and then I'll just cut one side off to give it that look. We'll try one. I'm not saying that it's going to work, because it's very hard to work out when you're doing off-centered turning whereabouts you're positioned on the lathe. And I mean, you know, we'll try and work it out and see can we do it. If not, what I'll do is I'll turn a straight one, and then I'll sand it to that shape, most probably, or I'll just give up and I'll just turn two more straight ones. But you know, seeing as though we're building this and it's a challenge and it's a process as we're going along, yeah. Stop sharing. Boom, there we go, back again. Yeah, seeing as though it's a process, we'll see if we can do this. So the one that I have here, excuse me, I'm just going to turn you off and have a good cough. Hold on a sec. Sorry about that. I was just clearing my throat. I've got a frog in it. So I'm going to leave this one as it is at the moment. Oh, who dat just done that there? Thank you, Tracy, for the donation. That's very, very kind of you. That's awesome. Thank you. So I'm going to take this one out, and I'm going to leave that aside. And I've purposely not done the arrow, the coloring on the arrow yet, because I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to go with that. I might do something special with the end. And if the other two work out, I want all three to match, so I can mix up the one color or whatever and do that. This is simple. It was just gold leaf, black spirit stain, then gold leaf again, and we kind of roughed it. And I can always spin this again and add a bit more, and you know, so I'm not worried about the colors of that. So I'll bring you over to the lathe, seems like that's what you're here for, and we'll do a little something. Glenn, I don't expect anybody. There is no expectations of anybody watching these shows to donate. Honestly, donations help me massively to run this, to do the hobby and to run the shows and stuff. But hey, do you know, everybody is in the same boat these days when it comes to finances and stuff. And anybody that does donate, it is truly appreciated. You all know that. But it's never an obligation. Bear with me a second, guys. I know I've got the lathe up there, but I'm just moving my other camera so that you can, so that when I need it, I can get close up stuff for you, angles, and you know, all that technical stuff. Technical. Ugh. And I'm making sure my wires aren't where they can kill me. Right, lights, cameras, action. Alrighty then. Right, now I'm over on my phone. This is cool. It's all very fancy, I tells you. Right, what you saying? Hi, Mac. How are you? Very good of you to join us. Alrighty then. So I have my chuck back in. Let me just move my camera over just a wee smidgy didge. I'll zoom that in because I can with my Fandango fancy doodah. Jeez, this technology, I told you, it's amazeballs. Glenn used to be rich before I became his demonstrator. Yeah, Maggie, thank you so much for that. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I have another stick. Oh, no, I don't. What length was the last one? Can you remember? I bet you can't. Were you paying attention, children? I can remember. Anyone remember the length of the last one? Yeah, Glenn's my myself. For those of you that don't know, I think I have advertised it though. But for those of you who don't know, Glenn Senior has kindly asked me, and we've come to an agreement that this year, at least, probably a trial run. It probably be the last year, but I have become Glenn's or Yorkshire Grit's official demonstrator. So any shows that I can get to, I will be demonstrating Yorkshire Grit for him. I'll be making my own pieces, but I'll be using his Yorkshire Grit and demonstrating his Yorkshire Grit and show how awesome it is. If you haven't got any Yorkshire Grit, you need to buy some because it's super cool. So if you remember, we said 12 inches this was. I made it longer, if you remember, because so that I had enough room to put a tenon on the end to push it into the thing. But remember, we were going to make this one a foot long. Now we are around about with the chuck, we're 15 inches. I have another piece here that's just under 15 that will do for what I'm going to do for the next. Thank you, Maggie. Any idea of what you should make on your lathe? Okay. All right. It's always a difficult question. What experience on the lathe do you have? Is the first question I would ask. Make it. Because there are different skill sets for however long you've been. Sorry, I'm just looking for a pencil, folks. 1 second. Yeah, there's different skill sets for different projects. So depending on how long you've been turning, I can give you a couple of project ideas. And maybe I'll know a couple of people you can go and watch on YouTube to match up with the projects. Question, I'm not a wood turner, I am a scroll sawer, or whatever the term is. Yeah, scroll sawer, that's good. Can I use Yorkshire Grit? Yorkshire Grit can be used. Yorkshire Grit can be used on flat work, yes. But you have to, now Glenn will correct me here. You would have to buff it. You'd need a buffing wheel on a drill or something like that, because the way Yorkshire Grit works is it's a paste wax. I'll show you some here. Sorry, this isn't an advert for, yes it is, sorry, I'm not ashamed. So let me get some here. This is a paste wax. If you get some there, get you some of that. Yeah, so it's a paste wax, and if you run it in between your fingers, you can feel there's rotten stone, pumice stone. Let me see on the top here as far as I can. I really should practice this when I'm demonstrating. Yeah, rotten and pumice stone in there. And basically what happens is the more you buff it or rub it on the piece, the more it breaks down, sands the wood, it keeps the dust down, and it breaks down, and then it leaves a lovely shiny smooth finish, and there's waxes obviously involved and stuff like that. So that's how it works. So to get a good shine on we'll say some flat work, you'd have to buff it with a buffing wheel. There you go. Glenn has confirmed that. So all I'm doing, I'm finding my center just on one end. It's pretty much what we did last time. Finding my centers. Excuse me, don't sing 'cause you hurt your chest and you'll hurt people's ears. Excuse me. I'm just going to put a little ding dong. Did everybody enjoy the heart box video? I was proud of that one. I think I've been looking up on Facebook. I've been looking up on Facebook, not Facebook. What am I talking about? I've been looking up on Google and woodturning pages and stuff like that. I think it was kind of the first of its kind to be turned on the lathe. I might be lying. There have been projects turned like it before, but they were done as like two tiers, and then cut in half and made into a heart. But they're not hollow boxes, so I don't know. Maybe I broke a barrier again. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, sorry, I'm going to go back to Make It. Make It, you said you're a new turner. I was listening. I was just rabbiting on about the fabulous Yorkshire grit. Okay, if you're a new wood turner, there is a guy on YouTube called Mike Walt. Go and find Mike Walt. He's Welsh, but you know you can forgive him because he's not a bad wood turner. Yeah, go and look up Mike Walt, and he has a beginner's guide to series, and he goes through a lot of the beginner projects that you can do on your lathe, and he goes through different tools. He'll explain all the tools and everything. So there, he would be one good one. There's also another guy, Sam Angelo, called the Wyoming Wood Turner. He has a lot of instructional videos for new wood turners, and obviously the legendary Carl Jacobson would also be a very good man to go and watch. They've all got beginners instructional videos. Do you know, when does a wood turner, when does a wood turner, Glenn might help me out on this, when does a wood turner know when they are confident and good enough to actually say, I can tell you the right way to do this? Maybe Brendan can help me out with that as well. I think I'm getting, you see, this is where you start going into the realm of sounding like you're showing off as well. I'm happy with where I am at the moment. I've learned an awful lot, and I feel like I can teach the skills I've learned so far. I'm still learning, don't get me wrong, but I do feel confident enough to teach. Why's my lathe rocking? What's going on there then? What's happened? Why's my lathe moving? Shouldn't be doing that. That's better. It moved it. Right, I'm going to use my spindle roughing gouge, by the way, guys. Just moving my headset. Yeah, I'm going to use my spindle roughing gouge. That's this one. This is a 1-inch spindle roughing gouge. And I'm just going to fire this round quick. There's no fancy skew work tonight. Just a small amount of pressure on the tail sock. I don't want to push hard because when you're doing a thin spindle like this, it can warp it in the middle. And I'm spinning at 2,100. we're gonna round this off as quick as we can, because you know, you've seen square stuff made round before. And this is another piece of poplar. That my good friend Brendan Bacon Soda kindly gave me. If you have actual questions, guys, just hold on to them for when I'm looking at the chat, and then ask your questions. Okay, I'll tell you when to ask the questions, because I know I do miss some. Now you can use these spindle roughing gouges backwards, forwards, and you can also, depending on which grind you have, you can use them kind of skew-like too. Now this does need a sharpen. I'm just feeling this. It's got a bit of a flat spot on the blade. Okay, we're almost around there. Do you know what I've realised I do a lot when I'm live? I'll ask a question, and then I forget I've asked the question, and then when I see the answers, I start wondering what the hell people are talking about. It's old man brain. Okay, let's see if we have any flat spots on that now. No, we're pretty round there now. That's good. I'm just going to rub a grinder. I have this wee diamond card here. It's a Trend diamond card, and very good for just touching up your tools. I have a message from JP, Mr. Jamie Page. He's asking for a link for the show, so I'm going to get Jamie on, because then he can talk in my ear. 1 second, folks, bear with me. I'm just going to get JP onto copy. How's the feed tonight, folks? See, I just asked a question. Right, I've just sent JP a link, so we'll see, can he join us? Oopsie, turn my microphone off. There, okay, right. So let me just tuck my doodah. It's very simple. You just circular motions, depending on the angle of your blade, obviously. That's just a diamond card, and you can just touch up the edge of your blade. It's no good for sharpening at all, but it just keeps the blade on. Okie dokie. Hi Pam, you're very welcome aboard. Okay, so you can use these roughing gouges if they've got a nice angled bevel on them, kind of like a skew. I'll show you what I mean to get a good finish. So you can approach it at an angle. Go this way. And you can get quite a nice cut rather than using it as a scraper. We're a bit thick there actually. There's a bit of a bump there. Get it even before we can okay, that'll do. That's our rough size, and we are round. Now I have one to copy, which is good. We're going to copy this one, obviously. So a pencil. Who do we have? Donald. Hi, Donald. How are you? B, how are you, dude? Enough love to you, man. Hope you're okay. Great feed tonight. That's excellent. That's good. I'm really glad that that's happening. Yeah, we have no winds and rain and all that stuff here, which is kind of cool. Yeah, okay, so no questions or anything. Right, I've broken the end off my pencil, so I'm going to fix that right now with this sharp thing called a knife. Daytime friends and nighttime lovers, hoping no one else discovers where you go, what they do in this secret hideaway. Right, so we're going to find where our arrow is. I'm going to come back a bit like we did the last time. I'm going to mark there. So between there and there is our arrowhead. I know you probably can't see the pencil marks there, guys. This is more for my reference. Okay, make it. What rev should you turn a goblet? Okay. Again, difficult question. I will always say the fastest you can turn, the better cut you will get. Okay, I'm a fast turner. I'll use high speeds all the time. The faster you can turn, the better cut you're going to get with your tool. It also depends on what tools you're using. If you're using carbide or traditional tools, you're using blades, doing shear cuts and actually cutting into the wood. So a fast speed, it'll be a cleaner cut. With carbide cutters, you're doing a scraping cut, a lot of scraping cuts, and there's a lot of surface of the tool on the wood. So you can get a lot of chatter and stuff like that. So it turn at the fastest speed you are comfortable with. If you're roughing out from a log or something like that, then you only go as fast as it spins safely on your lathe until you got round, and then after that, turn at the speed you feel comfortable at. That's the best I can tell you on that one now. Speed is kind of a personal preference. Right. So now let me look at my picture again. I won't bother annoying you and showing you the picture. I'm just looking at my picture. So we need a bit of an S. Right. Okay. Do you know what? Okay. We're going to go off center. So I'm going to just take my spindle and I'm going to just pull it towards me as far over as I can get. I'll bring the other camera down so you can see. Let's see. Let me see here. There's so many adjustable doodahs on this thingamajig that you spend an hour getting it to where you want it to go. It's all right when you're editing videos and stuff because you can do it at your own leisure, but when you're live, it wouldn't be the fastest piece of equipment. Okay, there we go. Let me see. How's that? Oh, damn. And action. There we go. Okay, so what I'm doing is here, let me just you can see the end of it there. Zoom in a bit. Zoom in a bit more. Go off a bit. It's all clever stuff. Right, okay, so there's my center mark, obviously, where we were. Let me pull the... I want to try and explain this the best I can. Well, like, just for people that don't do much off-center work. So this was our center point here, okay? I want to try and take more out of one side than the other. So I'm going to pull this right over and I'm going to put my live center, my tailstock, as far over this side as possible, which puts us off center from where we were. Okay. Let me get my ruler and I can tell you how much I've gone off from the center there is, it's roughly about 10 millimeters. Okay. Our spindle is 25 millimeters, which is an inch. And we've gone off center by about 10 mil, which is what in old money, quarter of an inch, is it? Would that be it? I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to bring my tailstock up again. And I'm going to put it right on that mark that I just did. Now don't go right to the edge because it'll break off. Do you know? Because you are going to be... Now I'm just putting that loose to start with because I've bent this stick, this spindle, okay? It's bent here. I didn't loosen it here. So don't. So now I've loosened it off at the chock. So now the actual spindle is moving. It's not forcing the spindle round. And I'm just going to nick that into there like that. And then I'm going to tighten it back up. And now we are off centered by about 10 millimeters. Tighten that down. And when we turn that on now, you'll see the end there as it's spinning. Effect you get when it's spinning. Be Happy really wants this this Trident. Do you know what I think I'm going to do with it, folks, once it's finished? Because it's been it would have been a long journey to get it finished. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to auction it when it's done to try and raise money for the school that I work for, because they're trying to raise money for new playgrounds and things. Their playgrounds are in bad state of affairs, and the government doesn't help them much. So yeah, I might auction it off to try and raise money for that. Okay, so you can. There's no need for me to show that angle anymore. I can throw you back up above, and you can see what's going on there now. You get the idea there. I'll see, can I zoom in with that camera as well for you? And then I'll move it over to where I'm going to be turning. Here you go. How's the feed now, guys? I think the camera work is actually working a lot better. I'm happy with the way the camera work's working. Okay, so we're going to go with what will be our tool of choice. I think I'm going to yeah, I'm going to go with this small bowl gouge, a 1/4 inch bowl gouge. I know it's spindle work we're doing, but I do tend to use my bowl gouge a lot when I'm doing spindle work. It's just the tools you feel comfortable with, right? Ah, come on, Glenn. Skew? No, I want to do this quicker than the last one. Right. Bring up the speed. I'm just going to reduce this side down just a small bit. I don't want to take too much out of this because it's going to make it weak when I'm shaping the arrow. Now, I am just literally winging this. And there's a good chance that I could faff it up because I'm trying to get a weird shape and trying to follow a cartoon picture that's never existed. It's only ever been a picture. Okay, let's see what that cut looks like, and you'll see where I'm going with that. So there you go. As you can see, that's taken a chunk out just one side of the spindle. If you can see that. I'd love to be able to do this remote control. There you go. So it's taken a chunk just out of one side of the spindle because we're so off-centered. All right, and now I want to look at I have to keep referencing to my picture. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just keep going backwards and forwards to my picture. That is what I want to do. Yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to turn that now. Might be, Yeah, I'm just going to keep going down now to about here. I think this is how it is in my head anyway, to about there. But it might not be. It might. Yeah. There's a good chance I could faff this up. Let's just put it that way. Okay, let's carry on. Right, going full speed now, and it's about 2,500 revs, as fast as my lathe goes. There's no 3,000s around here. And I'm just going to take this section out here. I don't know if I'm going to have enough meat on this wood to get this actually round, or will it just, I'll show you what I mean, but when you're off-centered it goes oval for a while until you have enough to get to round. Hi Harold, thank you very much for joining us. How are you? Good to see you on board. Alright, so we took a big chunk out of that. There isn't going to be enough to make that round, I don't think. Not the thickness that I want anyway. Well, maybe there will be. Let me just let me reduce it down to let me reduce it down to where I'm going to use the parting tool, and this is all a process, guys. And by process I mean I don't know what I'm doing, but we're not knowing what we're doing together. I'm just doing this to see if I can get as close to round and to the size to match the other arrow. I think that we might have to leave this oval. There's going to be some hand sanding and finishing with this, folks. Okay, we're down to the size that we are at the base of the other arrow. What I mean is just here at the very base we're down to the same size. Okay, so now I'm going to start bringing this up here. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave that like that for now. So there's a bit of support here, and I'm going to, what am I going to do? Yes, I am going to shape my arrow. I'm going to put it back on center. That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it back to our original center now, and I'm going to turn the arrowhead, because otherwise we're not going to have enough strength to do that at a later date. So I've gone back to my original center, tighten it all down, just a small amount of pressure, and then we can turn our arrowhead. That almost sounded like I knew what I was talking about. UK's had to stand for 10 hours because I couldn't check my bags. It was a disaster. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I know. I remember that. That was a pain in the derriere. So I'm just going to reduce this end down just to get it out of my way. But I'm not going to go too small because I want enough there to hold on to. I'm going to have to devise a way of holding this off center. I could have messed up, I'm just thinking about it. I could have just messed up. Could have just messed up. But that's why we do this live, so we can mess up together. Sorry for the top of my head, I'm just getting a bird's eye view of my arrow shape. That was a cough. We're not far off of that. We just got to come down to more of a pointy. I'm not going to take too much out there. Here we go. Yeah, that resin painting was gorge, man. Very clever stuff. Okay, so let me look at my picture again. All right. All right. So now, the arrow has actually got a bend in it. Dang it. The arrow's got a bend in it. How did you put a bend in a bloody arrow? See, these metal workers, they can put bends wherever they want. Us wood turners can't. Right, I'm going to have to get fancy. I have to get bloody brave too. Right, if that's that, and I want that, I need to. This is so complicated. Right. Okay. I'm going to. Okay. I'm going for it, folks. I'm doing it without the tailstock. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all have Porsches. I must make amends. Work hard all my lifetime. No help from my friends. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? It's going to be an Irish arrow any second now, I tell you, because it's going to be spread to the four corners of Ireland when it takes off the lathe. I do have my face shield on, folks. Do need panic. Right, so this is what it looks like without the tailstock. I'm going to use my my little diddy gouge, and me and this diddy gouge have been through many a war. We're just going to battle again. So now I want to take a little bit out of the arrow itself. So let's. Oh Lord, I'm not scared. We're going on a bear hunt. So this, in theory, is just it is taking one side of the arrow away. But I have to be super careful. Super careful, agilistic, expialidocious. I want to just tighten that up again. Just making sure that. Oh no! No! Can I fix that? I can. I'm cutting the wrong side of it. God, stupid boy! I want to cut that side, so I want to lift up there. That's the side I want. Stupid Steve! Stupid Steve! Exciting stuff's about to happen. Steve's just about to send his doodah around the flippy ding dong. Oh, happiness, happiness. I like turning. It's happiness. Sorry, I'm still here. Honest. I'm just going to do this. There. There's a nice picture of my tool rest. What do you think? I'm gonna let you in on the action. Don't be scared. So I want to cut out this side of the arrow. I've already started taking out this side, but that's all right. It's nothing that a bit of TLC can't fix later on. Here goes then. Scary, isn't it? I'm just going to nibble this away. The skew might be better for this. Very gently, because if you dig the gouge in, what's going to happen is it will grab the wood and pull it from the chock. And then you're all going to get a black eye. Because I'm wearing a shield and none of you are. Let's have a look, see what that looks like. Yes. That's where I want to take it out anyway. Now it looks a bit like the mouse has gnawed on it, but it's all right. More speed. Right, I'm going with the skew. Little 1/4 inch skew. Hey! All right, I'm still alive. How's your face? Did I get you? Who jumped? I bet Tracy jumped. I bet Pam jumped. Glenn definitely jumped. Glenn's gone off to change his underpants now, I'd say. Did you jump, Brendan? That happens in off-centered wood turning, especially when you haven't thought about it. Now, I have got a bend on that now. It looks like there's a bend on it. See it? Arrow looks as if it's bent. So I'm going to put it back in. What am I going to do? Yeah, I'm going to put it in back straight and see can I clean it up now where it is. And then we might get the rest with a bit of sanding. But that was the wrong move using the skew, just so I can let you know. You all protected your faces, did you? Listen, you can't have documentaries without drama. Okay. Do you know what? It looks as if it's got a bend in it. I just got away. You see, there was a slight, you could just see the little catch just there where the skew just caught it, bit into it. I just twisted the skew and it, but I'm going to finish cleaning this up here, and then it's got enough of a bend in it that matches the Trident, the picture I have anyway. So I think we might just get away with it. The scary thing is we've got to do it all again in a second. Well, in the other one. I think that we're going to get away with that. I'll get the rest with sand in. I suppose what I could have done is I could just sanded it anyway, but I was just trying to show off. Sorry. Right, let's work our way down. We've still got more off-centered stuff to do. Let me flip the camera again. So you see that you can see the bend in it there, just slight bend. Can you see the bend? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I wake you up? I really feel sorry for you. Not. Excuse me. Right. So, what I'm going to do now is, while it is in straight, I'm going to try and just take a couple of bits off this edge where we're thin. Just here. Don't want to go all the way over because we'll have a dip. I'm just softening the edges all. Not much, just a wee bit, just to take the edge off of this. Yeah. Now look at my picture again. Right, yeah, I don't want to dip too much out of that. Okie dokie. Now we're going to go off centered again and see if we can kill some more viewers. Right, which way do we need to go now? We want to bend. So we've got a bend going there, we've got this, and then this is so awkward. I need to bend there. I need to go the opposite side. Isn't that right? So I need to take out this side now. So I need to go like that, quite considerably. Okay, if you're a religious person, it's now that you want to do all that stuff. The soothing sound of the lathe is right. Ain't no sound like it. Right, we're off centered again, incredibly lots muchly. And this time we're taking it out of here. Is that right? Is that what I want to do? I'm trying to orientate this so that it looks the same as the picture. No, our picture is like this. So I need to. Yeah, I do. I need to take more out there because then it will look as if. Yeah, I think I could mess this up now, but hey ho, here we go. Full steam ahead. All systems a go. No, they're not. Now they are. Do you know the speed of my lathe? I'm going to turn my lathe down a bit. The speed of my lathe was actually making the wood flex. Go down a bit. There we go. Here we go then. So the idea is that I take the angles that I need out of it and then I round that, put it back on true center and soften it all up. That's my thought, but I don't know if it's going to work. So basically we're trying to put an S shape into this piece of wood, but my head's not really working properly and I'm not getting the angles correct in my head, I don't think, but we'll find out. I've got plenty of this wood and at least you're learning how not to do it. Let's see if this is doing what I want it to do. It is. Is it? It is. Yay, I think I got it right. Okay, I think I'm getting this right. Cool. So I need to start coming back up here. Okay. I think it's right anyway. Now there is going to be some sanding on this, obviously. Once I've done this, in my head anyway, it might not work. When I put this back on center, I should be able to finish off the spindle. Very light touches. I'm not digging the tool in at all. Okay, so yeah, we're getting the, see we're forming kind of an S there. We've bent this bit already and we're just taking this bit out. We'll just take a small bit more out. Now, you don't have to, you know, when you're doing these projects and you're a wood turner, in theory, I'm kind of giving myself work here. I could have just turned a spindle, put an arrowhead on the end, and sanded it all to where I want it. But the way I think and the way I process is, I enjoy wood turning, and part of the wood turning for me is the challenge of creation. And what I mean by that is, if I have an idea or if I've been asked to turn something and really it shouldn't be able to be done on a lathe, then that gives me more of a reason to do as much of it on the lathe as I possibly can. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just my own personal challenge. So now I'm going to put that back in between centers and then start seeing if we shape this while it's in the in centers again, whether we start getting the angles that we want. It's very hard to explain. Okay, let me put this back in center. So now I've just put that into the center mark again. We can bring speed right back up again, even though I didn't really turn it down because I'm that hard. I'm that brave, folks. I know. Almost didn't tighten up my chuck again then. Thank you, Sin. Off-centered work is really, really interesting to watch. I love watching the likes of Cindy Drosner turning on a lathe, because the stuff that she does is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so now we're going to start reducing this down and matching the other one. Hopefully, I'm not sure if it's going to work. I've got my doubts, but look, we're here to make mistakes together. Now I'm keeping my flat here where it gives it the S-shaped look, and I'm just softening the edges so it's not as oval looking. And once I've done that, I'm going to go back into the off center here and reduce this right down and just fade it in this side. That's my plan anyway, but I don't know if it's going to work. I have my doubts, I really do. Sometimes on these projects, what you have in your head just doesn't work on the lathe. No, that's smoothed off that now. Right. Funky, funky, funky. I'm going to come over and see what you guys are saying, because I know it's a lot to keep up with. Who's going? Who said good night? Night, night. Harold, Harold, yes. Night, night, Harold. Thank you very much for watching. Very good of you, sir. Check out Harold Bowen Design. And check his channel out. Click the three didgeridoos at the side of his name and go and subscribe to him. Give the brother some love. Right, so I am going to my first off center now, and I'm going to try and fade all this together. I don't know. I just don't. Why do I do stupid stuff like this? Three-ring goblet. Everyone's talking about a three-ring goblet. Is that going to be the next project to do live, is it? Three-ring goblet. I've never done one. I've done a two-ring captive rig. I've done a one-ring captive ring pencil goblet. I have a video of that. Right. Here goes. Nothing. Woohoo! I'm going to turn the mic off, guys. I'm going to cough. Oh, Lord. Sorry about that. just see where we're going with that. Yeah, so Sin, I don't know, are you into wood turning at all? If you're not, then the best way to explain it, you see the shape of that starting to show now that I'm taking this side off. When you're doing off-centered turning, you work with the shadow, the fake shadow. I'll see if I can set the camera up in a second, and it will show. I'll do it while the other camera's running in a second, and I'll have a play here and see if I can demonstrate what I mean. When you're turning, because you're seeing a lot of air, you're looking at a shadow. You're looking beyond the piece that you're working on, and you get this ghost shadow that they call it, and that's what you're working on. So you're taking away ghost areas of it, and it's kind of cool. So I'll carry on, and while I've got the other camera running, I'm just going to set the other camera up and see can I get to show that ghost appearance. Okay, so let me see if I can get this. Okay, that's probably tripping you out, right? But if I get some speed up on this, I just want to, if any of you do suffer from any kind of seizure, probably best not to look at this, to be honest with you. I just want to cover myself there, you know. So, I don't know if that's really picking it up, but you can get a ghost here along the top. Sorry if you can see my thingy. Let me go back a bit more. There we go. So just here along the top, you can just see some ghosting. I don't want to get my finger too close because I like them. Just along the top. And when I'm turning, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this. I'm looking at that ghost at the top. And in theory, with the wood that we're taking out, it's giving the illusion that we're bending the wood. That's what I'm hoping to do anyway. So I don't know if you saw the ghost effect there. So now I am taking this out of here. I'm just holding my chisel there so that I can tell that I'm taking the right wood. Right, I'm going to go right into this corner here now and take this section out. Now, because I'm at the very end of this piece, where the centrifugal force is extreme, I've got to be exceptionally careful just nibbling this away. Now what I should have done is, if I was sensible, I should have left the larger part up here, that I could have kept it between centres, but I didn't. So, oh well. You live, you learn. So I've nibbled that down to where I want it, and now it's just a matter of bringing it back up here. And it is actually starting to take the same shape as, I will show you the picture again in a second, and I'll prove it. Honest it is. I'll take you back to the other camera now so you can see the top version, because that's probably giving you a headache, and I can get the camera out of my way. A lot of starting and stopping this, sorry. It is fun, Rob. How are you? Tis fun. All right, so we're going to have to do a bit of sanding here to bring this side down and this side down, but it's kind of where we want to go. It looks as if it's bending. Where do I want to go now? I'm just looking at my picture, guys. Sorry. Right, I want to take a bit more off of this, and I want to take some out of this end. All right. So for those of you that have just joined, we are making, over the last couple of weeks, we've been making Poseidon's Trident. This is one of the 3 forks on the fork of the Trident, and it's got some weird ass funny shapes on it. I will share the picture of it in a second. And I am trying to replicate the shapes just by turning. Don't know how successful at the moment. It's kind of getting there, but and what I'm trying to do is give the illusion that I'm bending wood. It's kind of like when I did the banana. There you go. So that's giving you the idea of the bend. Can you see that? Turn it that way. It's kind of got an S bend in it, how I wanted. This needs sanding by hand, or I might just take it off with a knife and then sand it. But we've got our basic shape by using the lathe, and that's kind of make me feel kind of funky inside, if I'm honest. I'll put it straight again in the in between the centers, and you can see how much of a shape we've put into it, because you can judge it better when it's in between centers. Well, I can anyway. You might have a different head to me, your brain. There we go. Different head, brain. Not any other kind of brain, really, is there? Head, brain. There you go. So that is bent. Looks bent to me, anyway. I will show you the picture now. I'll screen share the picture, and you'll see what I mean. So remember what that looks like. Okay. And now I'm going to screen share this. And there you go. So the one, it's the top one that I've just made. Okay. Now, obviously, bear in mind that there's a lot of sanding to do still. There is a lot of sanding to do. Well, not really. This is nice wood to sand. It sands up easy. We're going to do some sanding in a minute. And you can see that that's the shape. Can you let me zoom in on that a bit, maybe? There you go. So it's this one here that I've just tried creating, and I think it's kind of got that funky bend look. Sin, that is poplar wood. So what I'm going to do now is I'm stop screen sharing so that you can actually see what I'm doing. So there we go. Alrighty then. I'm just going to get my knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Let's move that over there. Put that there. Just going to get my I'm going to get my crappy knife, and I'm just going to carve away this edge. Because we have got to shape the arrowhead as well. Well, that's not a very sharp knife. Oh, that bit is. I need to get myself a decent knife. I'd love to be able to afford one of them really fancy knives. Do you know that you see all these makers making? Maybe I'll have a go at making one day. That knife's about as sharp as a butter knife, so I'm going to see if you can find a better one. All my knives that I had are all, I didn't bring them from the other workshop. I've got a small one here that might do the job. Now, Joe, I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Now, Joe. I got an advertising strike on my giveaway video. Very funny. Not suitable for ads. It's been fixed now, though. I appealed it and told them they'd been stupid, and they agreed that they were being stupid. Here we go. That's better. That one would do it. That's better. That's actually got a Sharpie bit on the blade. So a little bit of carving, folks. Sorry, it's not all turning. Lol. It's never always turning, says you. Take this bit off as well. Match it. And just doing this simple, small bit of carving here will even make a big difference to how the overall end looks here. Yeah, you know them fancy knives you see with the really nice handles and all that. Lock knives. They're probably illegal, I don't know much about knives. Could play a game of knifey spoony. What movie was that from? There we go. Just a little small bit of carving there, and that's got that down to where I want it. Get the rest with sanding. And then there's this bit as well. It's just where the transitions are that you can't get there. You can't get like a smooth transition when you're turning because you're working at different angles. Take that one away. There we go. The rest then will be kind of down to sanding, to be honest with you. Just like that. What's people saying? D and Yams Woodworking. Hiya, how are you? Can't wait to see the finished product. Haven't been able to watch the other ones live, but I was in luck today. Cool. Well, you're very welcome, D. Thank you for joining. Hi, Paul. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you can get proper carving knives and stuff, but I do very little actual hand carving. I have got a power carver, you know, like a Dremel type one, which I'm just going to get out in a second and just smooth all these lines off. And when we've done that, and I've got to shape the arrowhead to match the other one, which we did with the Dremel as well. All the bits in there and everything. We're going to do that in a second. I've got to put a mask on though because my throat is sore and I want to protect myself a little bit. So I'm just going to do a little bit of hand sanding. And while I'm doing that, if you have any questions, now is the time, folks, because I can sand and look at the chat. So if you have any questions about your wood turning or anything that you've seen me do or any videos or anything like that, then please fire ahead with some questions. I'm just going to put one of these paper masks on. Fire away with your questions, folks. My sound will sound a bit muffled because I've got the mask on, folks, but I'm sure you can put up with that. Tracy, probably best not to send me a knife from the United States. That's very kind of you. But one of us could get arrested for that. Sending stuff to the States from Ireland is hard enough as it is. This poplar is very easy to sand. My best friend asked if you can carve her a new man out of wood. I can, but he'd have a bit of a wooden personality, I'm afraid. Maybe that's what the kind of man she's looking for. He'd probably be a bit square, though. Bit sappy, maybe. Mind you, probably have the ambition to be branching out. And shall I stop now? Oh, excuse me. This mask isn't helping, considering that I've got a cough. It's not the dust that's making me cough. It's because I'm trying to breathe through a mask. It's making my breathing a little bit harder, and therefore my cough is being tickled. Excuse me. Everybody likes to see a bit of sanding, right? I'm not going to do too much. Don't worry. I'll do all the sanding and stuff when I'm not on camera. But I just want to get the main rough look of it off so that you can see where I'm heading with it. Anybody see Yuval's latest endeavor? He's doing some twists, hollow twists. Very good. There you go. So you can see that's kind of taking shape there. And even though we've turned it on the lathe, we've kind of got a flat look to it. Very cool. If I put the other one next to it, you'll see that that's going to look very cool. I think that'll look cool. That one's actually longer. It sticks out like that. But yeah. Awesome! I want to just sand this arrow a wee bit, and then I can power carve the details into it the same as the other one. Thanks, Sin. The roots do run deep in Ireland. There we go. So that's kind of smoothed it out a little bit. It's given that bent look that we were looking for. I'm just going to get my picture up again. Oh, I'm sorry, the camera's doing the whole pulsy thing there. It's trying to focus. Focus. Focus, man. Neil, where's my picture? Alrighty. Okie dokie. Right. So now I need to carve these details into it. Actually, do you know what I've got to do? I've got to undercut in here the same as I did with the other one. That's going to be hard. No, I'm not going to do that because I'll mess it up, because I'll catch this. I'll carve a slight undercut in that. That's not a problem. So now it's to put details in. And what we want to do is get our pencil. And we are going to go one here. One here. Just dividing it into quadrants again. Do you remember I did this last week? I demonstrated it. Or the last time I was on. Just use the chuck for indexing. So you get your 4 reference points. Or you can actually get 8 reference points. There we go. Now I think we've only got 4 on this. Yeah, we have. Yeah. And that's where we're going to go with that. And it's just a matter of doing a wee bit of power carving. Power carving. Dun dun dun. Just setting my other camera up so that you can see me carving this. How's that? There you go. Lovely jubbly. I'm liking this whole camera control system. Right, best place I have ever gotten to visit is Ireland. I think my daughter there this past August. Not sure we would have ever come back if we didn't have people waiting on us. Yeah, it is a lovely country. It's one of those countries that's absolutely stunning when the weather's good, which is very rare. And it's pants when it's not. But it is a beautiful. It is a very, very beautiful country. Right, I'm going to turn the carver on now, so just be warned. Okay, I need a new didgeridoo on that. Actually, I'll just turn it around. It's not one, not. Give that a try. That one's dead. See, knew I should have put a new one on. They're only just here. Goodness sake. Lazy Steve. Stupid lazy Steve. Lazy Steve. Oh, did you, Sarah? Is it a long one? If it's a long one, I'll go and have a look for it. If it's not, then ask again there, and I'll have a look. Sorry, I'll go and see, can I find it? 1 second. Sarah. Steve, my best friend asked if you can carve it. Yeah, I already, did I not answer that one? I said I could carve her a man, but it'd be a bit wooden. Man, I'm not having any luck with these discs tonight. Do you know what I think's happened is I think they got damp. I think they got damp. My sandy disc got damp. As long as he's got a stiff upper lip. I'm sure that's what she said, Sarah. Mr. Summer. Look at that, look. Shoddy bits. I think I'll be taking them back. I won't be getting that make again. Dang it. Why is they doing that to me? I think they must have got damp. They definitely got damp, man. When he is Didgeridoo, he means a new bit. Yes. Indeed. A new didgeridoo. Look at that, it's another one gone. Right, that's it. That's it. What make is it? I'm going to name and shame the make of these. Hold on. That fell down there. What make are these? Name and shame time. Parkside. Parkside sanding discs. You suck. Let's see if I got a different make here. I think this is a different make one. A bit smaller though. It's going to fit on my. Oh, yeah, it is. Don't use Parkside sanding wheels. They're rubbish. Calling you out, Mother Hubbards. No, this has to be another Parkside. I did the last one, the whole one with just one pad. I've used 5 on this so far. Hello. That one was better. That mustn't have been a Parkside. Rubbish. Has the chat stopped, folks? So that's, yeah, that's matching, kind of matching the other one. Let me get the other one over again. There we go. That'll actually be that way around. No, be that way around. That's how that'll look. Thank you, Mac. Very kind of you, man. So that one will be a bit longer than that one. And that's how that's going to look. Like, oh no, I'm on the wrong camera. Hold on a sec. You can't see that. Stupid Steve. Stupid Steve. Right, there you go. Zoom out so then you can see it. Such a Wally. Where's Wally? Take this mask off. Here we go. That's how that's going to look. Just like that. I think that is going to look awesome. Buy some better ones. I will. Dang it. Right. Let me move my camera over here. And I'll get talking to you. because I'd love to start colouring that and messing with it tonight. But folks, I'm not going to lie to you. The old chest is at me, and I don't want to push it. I considered not coming on tonight, but then I thought, no, damn it, I was off too long. Oh. Sorry, I'm just hello. Let me lift this up and I'll turn the light off over here. Stop annoying you. Paul, thank you so much for that. Thank you, Matt. That is so kind of you. Thanks, guys. Well, I won't be buying bloody Parkside anyway. Dang it. Let me go over to the chat over here now so I can see what you guys are saying. Yeah. Here we go. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Mac. And thank you, everybody else that donated this evening. That is absolutely awesome. Thank you. Oh, wow. We're very behind here. I'm just looking at the screen here and seeing me still putting the arrows up. Oh, dear. Sorry about that, Tracy. Scariest switch cam shot I've ever seen. Excuse me. Right, I've just realized how behind I am with the chat, or how much of a delay there is, because I'm just seeing it now. Let me see. I know you're only kidding, Tracy. It's all good. It's all good. I want to, I put up, what did I do? I made a bit of a list, or I wanted to give a couple of shout outs this evening of YouTube channels. Where did I put them? Yes, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to shout out Paul Lockwood. Paul just put a video out earlier on. He wow, it's so behind. Yeah, Paul put a video out this week. He made a lovely little box for Pam from Highland Boxes. Lovely little pyro box. So I'm sure Pam liked that. But yeah, good. If you haven't seen that, go over and see Paul Lockwood's video. Go and subscribe to him. He is one of my shout outs this week. And who was the other one then? There was another one that I wanted to shout out. Obviously, Pam from Highland Boxes. If you go and check out Pam as well. I'm going to see, can I get links to these? Copy link address. Paste. Okay, that's Paul's. So head over to that channel there and give him some love. Give him some subscribes if you're not already subscribed. And then obviously we have the person he made the box for, Pam. She made some lovely resin art. I'll give you the copy link address. I'll give you the link to Pam's video there. Go and give Pam some love. That is awesome too. Yeah, I think I will, Chris. Thank you very much. I've got a few of them there. The only reason why I wanted to use the sandy discs there is because I didn't have much wood to play with, and any kind of, if I dug in too deep, it would have been ruined. So I just wanted to take it away softly, if that makes sense. And those sanding discs I have. But in all fairness to Parkside, I think personally, I'm not in this workshop all the time. I cough again, sorry. I'm not in this workshop all the time. So the only time that there's heat in this workshop is when I'm here. It's an electric heater that I use, and I just heat this one room. So the rest of the time, it's a very damp old building. So I think what I might have to do is get a sealed container and put my all the sanding type discs and sandpaper and stuff. I think I'm going to have to start putting those into sealed boxes and keep the damp off them. I don't know. Does anybody else have any issues with damp sandpaper? So I think that's probably what's happened. So it wasn't fair to blame Parkside, because I have got a lot of their tools and they are good tools. So I take that back. That wasn't fair. So yeah, that two of those are two of the shout outs. And there was, thanks for that, Chris, by the way. There was another shout out also I wanted to do. Who was it? Oh yeah, it was no. Ugh. I can't remember where I put it. Do you know what? I thought I was being all clever, and oh yeah, there we go. Copy link address. John Clothier or Clothier. I'm not sure. There you go. That's another link there. John Clothier. He's another great wood turner. He's kind of new on the scene. I think he's been about a year. He's been around. I met him at UKIS last year. Very nice guy. I went and visited him as well and did a bit of turning on his lathe. Go and subscribe to that guy as well. Very nice guy. And when you do subscribe, go over to probably his latest video and just say, "Hey, Steve sent me over," and give him some love as well. I think it's always good if someone recommends someone to maybe go over and leave a message and say where you've been sent from, because then it gives the guys that are getting subscribers. And I always wanted to know. I would always like to know where people are being sent from, so that I can thank the person that's sent it, and you know, and it's all a big camaraderie. So that's the three people I want to shout out. And Chris Cute right there. First Cut Woodworks, Chris Cute. If everyone go over, let me see if I can get his channel. Bom, 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 bom. Should we may as well give Chris some love, seeing as though he was very kind to give me some advice there. Boom. Chris Cute. Go and give that man some love too, because he is awesome. He does some really cool videos, to be honest with you. And he's got two pieces of black walnut that I'm really jealous of. I mean, really, really jealous of. So, guys, that is that for now. I'm sorry that it wasn't a super show tonight. Yeah, I do. I just did that, Chris. So it's just done now. I'm sorry it wasn't a super brilliant show. I am feeling a bit pants this evening, but I thought I'd jump on. I was away from lives for too long. The beginning of this year, and I really missed it, and I didn't want to get into the habit of, when I get a bit of a sniffly cough, to jump off. If I able to, I will go live. Sunday night I just couldn't do it because it just wouldn't have been pleasant. I had snot and all sorts from, I won't go into the huge detail, but that's it wasn't pleasant, let's just put it that way. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. What's coming on the pipeline? Speaking of pipe, I should do radio. I've just got the piece of copper pipe that I've been waiting for from my daughter's boyfriend. He is a plumber, and he was ripping out some old copper work, and he managed to bend a hockey stick bend on a piece of copper pipe for me that I needed to finish the copper lamp that I'm making, the copper and wood lamp. Do you know, the one with the recycled whiskey glasses? I think it was about a month ago I put the lamp video up. Well, I'm able to finish that now, so I'm going to be working on that. It's probably going to be the weekend. I'm working on that now, and that will be finished soon. I'm looking forward to finishing that because it's for my daughter for her house. So that was that. I've got that coming up. Obviously, in a fortnight, I've got the giveaway live to do on that. And I've got a couple of small bits and pieces as well. Oh, and I've got to try and organize. I now have 2 Patreon supporters. Thank you very much for that. And I've got to try and arrange doing a special little video for them. It's all good, B. Don't worry about it, man. It's all going to be there anyway. And I think what I'm going to start slowly doing as well, when I get the time is when I get the time. That's a funny one. Is I'm going to start going back and all the live shows that I've done. I'm going to edit and make them into videos, so that they're more project videos, but without all the faff and messing. So I might start doing that. But that's it for tonight, guys. I'm going to go home and have myself a nice hot cup of hot lemon and honey, and get some sleep because I'm back to work tomorrow. And I will see you on Sunday. Okay. Thank you to everybody that donated tonight. That was very kind of you. It all helps very much. And I'm kind of glad that worked out, because it was looking a bit sketchy coming towards the middle of it. Do you know when you're messing with off centers, it can mess with your own head. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you everyone for joining me, and I will see you again on Sunday. Thank you all. Night night, guys. Temple boom out. Don't forget to enter the competition, the giveaway, folks. Go there now. Enter if you haven't entered already. It's very simple to enter. Go over, do it. There's lots of entries and there's some amazing prizes. Fantastic prizes. See you guys. Night night. How do you end this bloody thing now? Look, I'm doing a Joe now. Temple boom.